Hey, so if you're at all like me, you're looking out on the world and at the news, and there are a lot of things that you don't like, that you feel uncomfortable with. There's conflict, there's school shootings, there's military activity around the world. And one thing that I've really been trying to focus on is recognizing that while I don't know how much of that is seeping into the kids, I know energetically a lot of it is. And so I make sure to tell my son as often as I can, that I love him, that I'm proud of him, that I think he's terrific, and that I'm glad he's my kid. I think energetically it's hard for us to gauge how much of this stuff in the collective uncomfortable unconsciousness is coming into them energetically. The other night we were trying to get him to do something, and he was running around pretty much doing everything but. And the windows were open, and I could hear one of the teenagers, and my kid's 8, I could hear one of the teenagers next door, and she was screaming at somebody. I don't know if it was her parents or sister. And so I know, like, collectively there's a lot going on, and there's a lot of suffering, and it's just hard to gauge how much of that is getting into the kids, whether it's anxiety, whether it's they're feeling energy that they don't understand. And I really make sure to say that stuff on the way to school, at dinner, when we're playing in the afternoon, when we're laying down to bed. Any combination of those things, and I try to say all of them, that I love him, that I'm proud of him, that I think he's great, and that I'm glad I'm his dad. Because I think if I can keep seeding that, and all the other things that we do, right? But just to make sure that hopefully, his inner talking track is going to be more positive. Whether it's I repeat that until he gets it, or he says it to himself. It's hard for us to know what that inner talking track is. I know by the time I became an adult and have been trying to rewrite that operating system that I have, I feel like my parents probably did a great job and did the best they could. But I just think that I want to actively write code into my son's operating system that just says, hey man, for whatever's going on, I'm proud of you, I love you, I think you're great, and I'm really glad I'm your dad. So if that resonates with you, give it a shot and see how it goes.